Man saw holes showing up in his yard. When he dug one, he found something shocking. For weeks, Daniel thought animals were digging the holes, maybe raccoons or foxes. But the holes weren't random. They were in a straight line, starting from the fence and going toward the middle of the yard. Each morning, a new hole showed up. All were the same size and shape. One Saturday, Daniel got curious. He picked up a shovel and chose the newest hole. He thought he would find animal tracks or loose dirt, but what he found was something very different. Under the soil, he saw old wooden boards. They were square, cracked, and looked like a cover. His heart beat fast. He cleared more dirt and pulled the boards open. A dark hole went straight down. He couldn't see the bottom. There was a narrow stone staircase going down into the ground. Something shiny and metal was at the bottom. Without thinking too much, Daniel grabbed a flashlight and started walking down. He had no idea what he was about to discover. Daniel moved down the stairs slowly. He watched each step and held his flashlight tight. The air got colder the deeper he went. The light showed stone walls on both sides. They were old, wet, and had cracks. At the bottom of the stairs, he saw a narrow tunnel. It was carved through dirt and rock. He followed it until he reached a large metal door. The door was dirty and covered in dust. He wiped it with his hand. There was a symbol on it. 2 arrows crossed over a snake. Below the symbol, there was a metal plate. It said, "Property of Project Halcyon. Do not enter." Daniel had never heard of that name before. He paused for a second, unsure. But then he grabbed the handle and pushed the door open. It wasn't locked. The room inside was big and dark. It looked like a secret bunker. Old machines and computers were covered in dust. Some papers were inside plastic folders. Everything looked like it had been left in a rush, as if someone ran away and never came back. One wall had maps and photos pinned to it. Red pins were stuck into different spots on the maps. In the middle of the room, there was a metal table. On top of it sat a small black box with a lock. Next to the box was a file with Daniel's grandfather's name on it. Daniel's hands were shaking as he opened the folder. Inside, he found black and white photos. His grandfather was wearing a uniform Daniel had never seen before. In some pictures, he stood beside men in white lab coats. One photo showed Daniel's backyard many years ago. The same line of holes was there, freshly dug. At the very end of the folder was a short note. The handwriting was rough but clear. It read, "The asset must stay buried. If activated, contact Henry at cabin 12." Daniel stared at the note. He didn't understand what the asset was. Was it a machine? A secret? A person? And worse, he didn't know if it was still buried or if someone had already found it. He looked back at the locked box, now feeling a mix of fear and curiosity.